Hello, my name is Chapel Harris, and today I'm excited to present my project titled Generative Object. This project introduces a structural method for answering complex questions that require long response. The goal is to provide a method to allow large language model to answer questions with extensive simulation or detailed response. So my project is mainly based on this paper, Generative Agent Interactive Simulation of Human Behavior. It described them to make a generative agent in a simulating society, and I mainly get my idea from this paper. So in this paper, it's mainly talking about how to using the generative agent to simulating a society, and every generative agent is meaning a people, and it have its own memory system and will do by LLM to plan it and to reflect itself to make it more smarter and doing the action. This action can be affect to different agent and in the simulating society. So they will get a lot of input and the output. So the interactive of the generative agent is very frequently. So generative object is basically made by two parts. One of it is the fact of the object, and second is the memory of it. The memory of it is the logbook what the object has been done, and the fact of the object is that the description of the object, like the physical characteristic and something like this. And based off these two things, we can use LLM to generate what action he will be doing next time. And the action will be also giving a time for how long is this action maintaining. And this will be in a change to the timeline and the situation of the global. And for this way, it will check that if this action can be done and to update the fact of the object and the memory of the object, and will be looped until the end is reached. This is one of the demo of the generative object. The background information is getting by Copilot AI, and the aim of it is to research about the 2008 tourisms of Hong Kong, and the info provided is the thing is related about the tourism at 2006 to 2007, and let the AI to generating to guess what happened in 2008. The detail of it is writing in the logbook, and the summary is that the simulating successfully illustrated the dynamic nature of Hong Kong tourism's industry in 2008 based on the trend and data from the predicting year. And talk about the coding, and it's mainly using the Google Gemini API, and you can clearly just paste your Google Gemini API key. You can find it in Gemini Google AI Studio, and to run the timeline it as the main file, and the while loop is getting this to do the work I've been said, like the timeline, and it is the initialization in this part. And the generative function and the object info is used as a database, and it won't make the main timeline look very hard to read, and the modularization is doing in this part. And also here's the problem that I've been facing, including that I've been facing the replication of the Gemini of the response, and I've been fixed it by using a time editor and a cache to save down the time and to reload it to waiting it. So the problem was fixed, and also that some content be like election won't be generated by the AI, or they will reject those required. So I've been changed the topic for this way from election to the tourism. But at the end, I can use the result to prove that this method is workable if the large language model have not that kind of limitation. Those questions can also be answered by this way, using generative object to do the prediction. And that I also think is the need of the improvement on the generative object in this part of the updation of the generative objects. While the generative object receives a update signal, it should not only just update his fat object and the memory, it also check about the ability of the generation. It can generate a correct action, and if not, it should separate this object to more detailedly. For example, to detail two object. For example, if asking like people wanted to shoot at Donald Trump, and the object being to update is that shooting. But the object of here is Republican Party, and the generative object can't be processed at this generation, as the object is not have the enough message of Trump or the shooting how to afford it. So it is separating to exactly the Donald Trump and the other part of the party itself. So this the first thing I think it can be improved. That is the generative object should have ability to separate itself during the timeline and the situation and the updation of the process. Sometimes the bug will be occurred as the prompt is not good enough. As it's possible that the large language model have learned this method by itself only because it have enough amount of data for training. But this method gives a guideline for large language model to do, and it therefore uses less calculating resources. The main idea is this kind of guideline can be a way to doing the prompting, and a method to guiding large language model to being a agent that have an identity to solve the complex question and handle the complex situation. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you.